Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Today's video is a flip through of my Hodgepodge journal that I just finished. And I called it Hodgepodge because it really is. And so, but it's a goodie. It's a goodie. I thought it was going to take a little less time than some of my more um, embellished journals. But well, it did take a little less time. Okay, but I did give it a floating spine. And for those of you who are familiar, those who aren't familiar, anyway, it does give you a little more flexibility for writing. This is a writing journal. Okay, came out really pretty on the outside. It's rather fun. It's rather fun. So, one of the things I've been picking up on from, Margaret and Tony and Natasha, and I like to put their links in my on my video playlist and in the description box. Anyway, I'm starting to mass make. And I've never mass maked before because I always make everything that suits the individual journal. This one, being a hodgepodge, um, I'm discovering that I can still have something of a theme, but it can be a little more mixed. So this is two tea bags that are enclosing a pressed leaf, and we have the a little tea tag here. And these are really neat. These are from traditional medicinals, and they have little quotes on the back. So it's lovely tea, all different kinds of herbal teas, and they have all these little quotes on the back. But this was a mass make. I had it in a mass make box, and I went, I need something for the cover. And there it was. And I had bought these quilt fabric from a yard sale where I guess she decided she wasn't going to make that quilt. So she had this whole bunch of pre-cut strips. So I had to get them. So yeah, so it's a hodgepodge because it's very mixed. It's a real mixture of different papers. So I just kind of got out a lot of boxes and said, well, what do I have? So you'll definitely see scrapbook paper, and then there's some calendar things. So this is from a calendar, and it's just like a little coin envelope, easy peasy. This was funny. I found this in a book I bought, and it's actually something from the movie Sound of Music or the book um, Pygmalion. So it's the My Fair Lady story. So it was like, oh, that's like a little piece of ephemera. That was kind of fun. So it's very mixed. So I have some hand painted paper throughout. I put some vellum throughout, wallpaper. There are some pockets. This is a fabric sample from a fabric sample book. I had done a masterboard with just tea bags on scrapbook paper. That's and it you get this texture, this of whatever was be on that scrapbook paper, and the tea bags are somewhat transparent, so it makes for a nice sturdy tag. And just some florals with a little bit of a little Brad holding that on. So yeah, some writing spaces, lots of writing spaces. There are 192 pages front and back through these five signatures. And because it's a floating spine, I mean, still, there are five signatures. So, but you can get it lays flat throughout. It gets a lot more, so you get that more of that flatness. If it wasn't on a floating spine, you wouldn't be able to get this much give. Okay? So that I really like that. I like providing that. It makes it so much easier. This is from a 1972 or 73 Thomas Brothers maps of the Los Angeles County. So I've been using those quite a bit in in my journals. Little strip of the wallpaper, coffee dyed yellow paper. So it started out yellow, and I just kind of did a little dyeing, give it a little more vintagey look. Just a variety of papers. This is an interesting kind of paper. It's strong, flexible, an interesting kind of green color. And it was actually, I bought it at a thrift store, but it's the kind of roll of paper that construction workers use to mask windows. So anyway, nice big pocket. It's sturdy. All I did was fold in the corners to create kind of this layer, and then just some heavier scrapbook paper that I ran through some tea dye. Another calendar page. So I did put in a few of these blank calendar pages. I mean, after all, it's just numbers. So I thought that would kind of be fun. I thought it was kind of neat to leave the tear out strip. It's just glued down well. Some stenciling. I didn't do a whole lot of embellishing. I wanted this to be simpler, appealing to those who would like to use it for scrapbooking and glue book, writing, whatever. And that, I've sold a few journals that are that way, that are simpler. So, all right, I'm going to make some journals that are simpler, not quite so elaborate. For example, elaborate. This is my yellow and lacy journal, and what I had in mind for this one would be for somebody having a wedding, and yellow was one of their theme colors, and I just made it really, really beautiful inside, and it is just full of all kinds of things. Just lots of lace and beautiful. This is all fabric. It's all sewn. But this is very elaborate, and I did a lot of work inside. So this took a lot more time than this one. So I hope somebody can pick this up this year for their wedding. It's in my Etsy shop. So yes, I did not go into that much detail on this one. So again, this one has got lots of space for personal creativity. Now, just a few things. And yeah, I hope that appeals. There's some painted paper, lots of variety. And then, yeah, a little bit of a coloring book. I cut it out on this side and then just glued it in on both sides. Really worked it into the gutter of these two pages. So a little bit of coloring book space. And so here's signature 2. This is a big envelope. Something I got in the mail. And just a nice piece of cardboard. Makes a good tag, good journaling spot. And then some offcuts. Just added a little something there. Some more painted paper. I'll list all the videos I refer to. This is, I did a video of painted papers. Again, this is a little mass make. And I had some of these tea bag masterboard tags. So super simple. I'm going to be doing more of the mass makes. And I will link Margaret on 7 Plaza, at 7 Plaza. This was one of her forms. And they come out really nice. Couple of offcuts, painted paper. This is another one of the little mass make cards. Whoops, there's 2 in there. Calendar. And they're just blank on the back side. So they could be glued in, they could form new pockets, they can be what they are and have a little note written on them. Somebody could write a little note on it and pop it into an envelope to a friend. I did some stenciling. Another tea bag with a mass make little mini tag. And this one has another journaling card. Just super, super simple. All right, so signature 3. This, I'm doing more acrylic painting, and I wind up with excess acrylic paint, and I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm pulling out pieces of like scrapbook paper, or I think, yeah, this was just some black scrapbook paper, and I'm just using up the paint. And they come out really pretty. So this is painted page. It's a fun way of using up that paint on the palette, especially with acrylic paint. Half a doily. Some dyed paper, wallpaper, a little journaling spot, and some more of that masking paper. And that's number 3. Scrapbook paper starts uh, signature number 4. And this was another little mass make. Our local art group, we were doing decorated playing cards. So on this one, it's actually 3 playing cards. We've got the ace, the king, and the queen, and the king pops out. So we were just doing that as one of our little art days. Actually, it just occurred to me. I said pocket. I used a piece of sewing paper, sewing tissue. I could put a pocket on the back. Maybe a pocket that says pocket. Could use it as a pocket, so whoever winds up with this journal could use it as a pocket. That would be funny. And number 5. So this is an image from the calendar page, a calendar page, wallpaper, an envelope, because wallpaper has a lot of writing and you can see just a little hint of the writing that's on the backside of wallpaper. So I cut a window envelope down to size and glued that on, so that makes a nice pocket. And this is another calendar page. And let's see, I haven't put anything in there yet. I will. I'll put something in there before it finds a new home. So that makes a nice big pocket. There you have it. So this is, I called it the Hodgepodge journal because it's just such a mixture of different kinds of papers and just a whole lot of different, but it's very much a creativity journal for whoever chooses to purchase this. And I have this little pouch, and I put in this little pouch a little bit of the fabric, a few little of these flowers, some of the offcuts from the papers so that there's this harmony of the papers. So that sort of thing. There's some little offcuts down at the bottom. But yeah, they got this little pouch. Oh, and this is some washi tape. This will peel right off. I used this washi tape throughout. So I added a couple pieces of washi tape. So that's available too. So this journal is 9.5 by 6 3/4 by 2.5. So it is big, but look, it isn't alligator mouth, at least not yet. So whoever comes to have fun with this, it may wind up alligator, but there's still room to grow. Okay, I thank you so much for being here. Maybe you picked up an idea or two. This was new for me to make something with that much variety in the pages and to make the little short pages and just really mix it up. So that's why I called it a hodgepodge. So anyway, thanks for being here, and do check out those other videos that maybe there'll be something there that you haven't tried before. All right, bye for now.